Mary!
From a little girl in the Bronx singing gospel in a humble church choir to a woman whose name is now synonymous with style, strength, and the sound of an entire generation, Mary J. Blige's life story reads like a movie script you couldn't make up if you tried. Her journey has taken her from the unforgiving streets of New York to the dizzying heights of global superstardom, amassing a $20 million empire filled with sprawling mansions, luxury cars, and a lifestyle that could only be earned through relentless drive and unshakable will. But beyond the awards, the red carpets, and the magazine covers, there's a story of raw resilience, of a woman who has battled personal demons, navigated public heartbreaks, and still emerged as a beacon of authenticity in an industry built on image. In 2025, she stands not just as the queen of hip-hop soul, but as a cultural icon whose influence reaches far beyond music. Yet the question remains, how exactly did she turn early struggles into lasting success? What sacrifices did she make behind the scenes to secure her throne? And perhaps most intriguing of all, what does life really look like for Mary J. Blige today, when the cameras aren't rolling? Over the next few minutes, we'll pull back the velvet curtain on her world, revealing not just the glittering highlights, but the deeply human moments that shaped her. From her unbreakable connection to her roots, to the luxuries she's worked a lifetime to enjoy. This is a journey through triumph, heartbreak, and the unapologetic pursuit of self-worth. And if you think you already know the full story, you might be in for a few surprises that will change the way you see her forever. Mary Jane Blige's story starts in the Bronx, New York, on January 11, 1971, in a world where dreams often felt like fragile things that could be crushed at any moment. Her childhood was split between Savannah, Georgia, and the Schlobohm housing projects in Yonkers, an environment where financial strain and social challenges were part of daily life. Her mother, Cora, a hard-working nurse, filled their home with the sounds of classic soul from legends like Aretha Franklin and Anita Baker, while her father, Thomas, a jazz musician, brought rhythm and melody into her DNA. But the harmony of music couldn't hide the dissonance at home. Her parents' marriage ended early, leaving Cora to raise Mary and her sister Latona on her own. Surrounded by an unforgiving atmosphere, Mary found solace in her Pentecostal church choir, where she began to realize that her voice had the power to channel both pain and hope. Still, the weight of her environment was heavy. As a teenager, she faced enough personal challenges to derail most young dreams, eventually dropping out of high school. Then came the moment that changed everything. At just 17 years old, she stepped into a karaoke booth at a local mall and recorded herself singing Anita Baker's Caught Up in the Rapture. That simple recording made its way into the hands of Uptown Records through her mother's boyfriend, setting off a chain reaction that would launch her career. In that one moment, a young girl from the projects found the opening to a future that, until then, had seemed unreachable, and no one could have predicted just how far she was about to go. In 1988, at only 18 years old, Mary J. Blige signed with Uptown Records, making history as the label's youngest and first female artist. At first, she worked as a backup singer, but it wasn't long before a young producer named Sean "Puffy" Combs recognized her ability to bridge the worlds of R&B and hip-hop in a way that could change the sound of an era. That collaboration led to her groundbreaking 1992 debut album, What's the 411, a project that exploded onto the scene with a fresh fusion of hip-hop beats and soulful vocals. The album went triple platinum, delivering iconic tracks like Real Love and You Remind Me, and earning her the title Queen of Hip Hop Soul. But this was only the beginning. Her 1994 follow-up, My Life, was a raw, unfiltered exploration of struggle, resilience, and self-discovery, later ranked among Rolling Stone's 500 greatest albums of all time. Over the decades, she released 15 studio albums, 8 of them multi-platinum, selling over 50 million records worldwide. Her trophy case filled with 9 Grammys, 12 Billboard Music Awards, and a coveted spot in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2024. But Mary's artistry extended beyond music. She made a seamless transition into acting, earning 2 Academy Award nominations for Mudbound and captivating television audiences in Power Book 2, with performance fees of $300,000 per show and tours grossing over $100 million. She proved her place among entertainment's elite, and yet, for all the applause and accolades, her success was also measured in a different currency: the life she built away from the stage, one of comfort, beauty, and a standard of living few could ever imagine. When it comes to showcasing the rewards of decades at the top, Mary J. Blige's real estate portfolio speaks louder than any chart-topping single. Her crown jewel is a sprawling French country-style chateau in Saddle River, New Jersey, purchased for an eye-watering $12.3 million. This 18,250-square-foot masterpiece greets visitors with an Italian marble foyer, a sweeping turret staircase, and floor-to-ceiling windows that flood the space with natural light. The chef's kitchen is a culinary dream with dual islands, an 8-burner Viking range, and twin twin Sub-Zero refrigerators, perfect for both intimate meals and extravagant gatherings. Entertainment options are endless, from a 14-seat home theater with plush leather recliners to a climate-controlled wine cellar with its own tasting room. The master suite is pure luxury, complete with a private balcony, a spa-like bathroom, and a fireplace-lit sitting area. Outside, a pool oasis is paired with a fully equipped guest house, bluestone patios, and space for glamorous summer events. But that's just one address. In Cresskill, New Jersey, she owns a $4.9 million modern colonial retreat, smaller, more intimate, yet still dripping with sophistication. Highlights include a soaring ceiling living room, a gourmet kitchen with a built-in espresso machine, a sleek media room, and a chic pool with a built-in hot tub. Then 3,000 miles away, her $3.6 million Hollywood Hills mansion captures the essence of California cool, with minimalist interiors, a terrace view master suite, and a pool deck glowing under the LA night sky. Each property reflects a different facet of Mary's life, grand, intimate, and relaxed, together forming a picture of success that is as diverse as her career. And just like her music, her homes are finely tuned to deliver comfort, impact, and lasting impression. If her homes are monuments to her career, Mary J. Blige's car collection is the exclamation point. Sleek, powerful, and impossible to ignore. At the top of the fleet is the Rolls-Royce Cullinan, a $375,000 rolling statement of ultimate luxury, complete with handcrafted interiors and the iconic Spirit of Ecstasy on the hood. It's a vehicle that doesn't just transport, it announces your arrival with authority. Then there's the Mercedes-Maybach S-Class, a $200,000 sedan that blends whisper-quiet refinement with cutting-edge technology, the kind of ride where the world outside disappears while you glide through the city at night. And for days when the call of the open road meets the need for practicality, Mary turns to her Porsche Cayenne Turbo, a $135,000 SUV with the soul of a sports car. It's fast, versatile, and just as ready for a red carpet arrival as it is for a weekend escape. Each car in her garage tells a story. The Cullinan says she's a queen, the Maybach says she's untouchable, and the Porsche says she's always in motion. Together, they mirror her persona, luxurious, commanding, and adaptable to any setting. But behind the wheel of any of them, there's always the same energy, a woman who has earned every mile, every moment, and every head that turns when she drives by. Yet as dazzling as these vehicles are, they're only part of a bigger picture, one that includes the deeply personal chapters of her life, full of love, heartbreak, and unshakable resilience. Mary J. Blige's personal life has been as public as her music, and at times just as intense. In 2003, she married music executive Kendu Isaacs in what appeared to be a moment of stability and love, but behind closed doors, the relationship was far from perfect, marked by tensions that eventually led to a very public and painful divorce in 2016. The split was contentious, with Mary ordered to pay $30,000 a month in temporary spousal support, a financial blow that forced her to hit the road again to rebuild her fortune. Rather than let the experience break her, she transformed it into art, pouring her emotions into the 2017 album Strength of a Woman, which resonated deeply with fans for its raw honesty. Mary never had biological children, but embraced a maternal role for Kendu's children, and has been a steadfast supporter and mentor to younger artists. Her closest bonds remain with her mother, Cora, and her sister, Latona, who have been anchors through life's storms. Controversies have followed her too, including a 2024 lawsuit filed by her former stylist and rapper Vado, alleging breach of contract, a case Mary moved to have dismissed as baseless. She's faced scrutiny over financial decisions, particularly during her divorce, when some properties faced foreclosure, but has always met challenges with grace and determination. Every personal struggle has added another layer to her music and her public persona, making her not just a star to admire, but a human being to connect with. Through love gained and lost, through headlines and whispers, she's remained unshakably herself. Beyond the bright lights and luxury, Mary J. Blige has committed herself to causes that echo her own journey from hardship to empowerment. Through her Foundation for the Advancement of Women Now, FFON, she works to champion women's rights, tackle poverty, and provide opportunities for those fighting to overcome the same struggles she once faced. Her philanthropy isn't a side project, it's a mission rooted in personal experience. She's been outspoken about the importance of mentorship, using her platform to uplift women in the music industry and beyond. In 2024, her induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame was more than an accolade. It was a moment to reflect on the people and communities that shaped her. Her acceptance speech was filled with gratitude, not just for fans and collaborators, but for the spiritual grounding that's kept her steady in an industry known for its volatility. She's become a voice not only for musical excellence, but for resilience, self-respect, and authenticity, qualities she believes every woman has the right to embrace. Whether she's advocating for social change, funding educational programs, or simply showing up to support someone in need, Mary Mary's influence extends far beyond album sales or awards. It's about leaving a legacy that can inspire the next generation to believe that no obstacle is insurmountable. Mary J. Blige's story is far from over, but her legacy is already secure. She's a pioneer who bridged genres, an actress who proved she could command the screen, and a businesswoman who turned her name into a brand. With a net worth of $20 million, a portfolio of luxury properties, and ventures like her Sun Goddess wines, she's expanded her influence into multiple industries. Yet for all the financial and professional achievements, her true legacy lies in the emotional impact of her work. Her music has been the soundtrack to countless lives, offering strength, healing, and a reminder that vulnerability can be a source of power. As she continues to tour, act, and create, there's no sign of her slowing down. The queen of hip-hop soul remains as relevant as ever, not by chasing trends but by staying true to herself, a quality that has kept fans loyal for over 3 decades. The next chapter could bring more albums, more acting roles, more business ventures, or perhaps a deepened focus on her philanthropic work. Whatever direction she takes, one thing is certain: Mary J. Blige will continue to inspire, challenge, and redefine what it means to be an artist, a woman, and a survivor in the public eye. And for those who have followed her journey from the start, there's an unshakable sense that her best work might still be ahead.